Now we come to a team that, well, I have to be nice to this team because I'm married to a fan and we live in the same house. The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm higher on Pittsburgh than everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It just seems to me that they didn't address as much of the offensive line that I'd like them to. They may have the running back position, Najee Harris, unless they plan on running him through the absolute ground.
Which they're gonna.
Yeah. This team is so weird because it's one of those teams where if Ben is healthy, they are a team that can contend. If Ben is not healthy, then they fall right off a cliff. And it's just, Devin Bush comes back and was unbelievable last year. They get a couple other pieces back in the defense. And they're still going to be a good defensive team. It's just the offense. If we're talking about Mason Rudolph being the quarterback week 10, week 11, week 12, or we're talking about Ben's where he can't even throw the ball 5 yards on the field, I could see them falling completely off a cliff.
I have a slightly different belief of the Steelers. The defense is still going to be good. I don't think you lost as much in Bud Dupree as everybody else does. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of what came Bud Dupree's way came because he had TJ Watt on the other side.
Yeah.
I look at Alex Highsmith, a guy that you took in the draft last year, and I think he'll be just fine. I think he's going to rack up sacks on the opposite end of TJ Watt. The biggest question, like you said, is Big Ben's health.
Yeah.
If Big Ben's healthy, I think they're a playoff team.
Yeah.
If you tell me he plays 16 games right now and his arm doesn't fall off because they ask him to throw 40 times a game, which with Najee Harris, it makes me think they understand what they did.
Yeah.
I think the playoff team. And I look at the schedule, the way the schedule lines up. Yes, you start at the Bills, which is that's not pleasant.
That's a tough game.
But then you go Bengals, Packers, Broncos, Seahawks, Browns, Bears, Lions, at the Chargers. That could be a lot of wins.
Yeah.
A lot of wins. Because of the games I just said, I think they're obviously better than the Bengals. They're better than the Broncos. I think they're better than the Seahawks and the Bears.
Yeah.
And I think they're pretty equitable to the Chargers. And then the schedule kind of turns to the back, the last 6 games. That's the pivot point.
Yeah, then they got Baltimore, Minnesota, Tennessee, Kansas City, Cleveland, and Baltimore again. That is a brutal stretch. And we said this when our original jerk reaction to seeing the schedule release was, man, this team could easily be 8-3 and then lose every game the rest of the season.
And that is what I said, and I'm going to be honest with you. I think they only win one. Mm-hmm. I have them at 9-8. My usual partner, Tank Spencer, has them at 7-10.
Yep.
I think he's grossly too low.
Yep.
He's one of those I'm talking about that are throwing dirt on the Steelers. This is another team I feel like I'm apologizing for. And it's a bizarro year in the AFC
I know,
North.
right? It's so crazy. I believe I had him at 8-9. I think that's where I had him at. Yep. Oh, nope. Sorry, 9-8.
Yep.
9-8. I had him at 9-8. So I think I have them in the same route as you, but I do have them missing the playoffs. Not by a whole lot. You see that division I have pretty close. I still believe that there's games that are going to be split between these guys, and I think that's part of what's going on. They're going to beat up each other, except for the Bengals. The Bengals are going to lose a lot.
Yes, I have them at 9-8. I have them just missing the playoffs. Mm-hmm. The last playoff team for me, I believe, is the Miami Dolphins. No.
Nope. The Chargers.
The Chargers.
Yep.
Yeah, because you got the division winners and all those things.
Yeah, so they would need to make up a couple games in your scenario to make the playoffs.
I just see a very large difference between the top and bottom of the AFC.
You've said that for a long time now, especially after the draft and everything. You've been talking about how top-heavy the AFC is at the top, but how bad it is at the bottom.
There are 9 teams in the AFC that I can see making the playoffs. Mm-hmm. I have the Steelers as the 9th of those 9 teams.
Yeah.
That is just fool me once, shame on me, or fool me once, shame on you, however the fuck it goes.
Yeah.
Wait,
we have that button.
Wait. Yeah, let me let
fool me once, shame on you. It fooled me. We can't get fooled again.
And that's how I feel about the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, 100%.
Now, I will say this. If you tell me Ben plays 16 games, which in my projection he does not, and you've got Mason Rudolph for those last 6, and I just don't think they can win more than one of those with Mason Rudolph.
I don't know if they can win a game with Mason Rudolph.
And that's the thing. If Ben's healthy, I think this very easily could be a playoff team. I'm going to throw just a line to the people throwing dirt on the Steelers. You've done this before, and it has not worked out for you. And I understand that with Zach Banner and Okorafor at left tackle, they've been right before.
Yeah.
Just remember, we didn't feel great about Ali Villanueva before we knew who he was.
Yeah.
And everything I've heard out of Pittsburgh is they feel good about this line. I think this team can be better than 9-8. I don't see them being worse.
Yeah.
I think no matter what, they will be. I think 9-8's their floor, and that's where I have them based on an injury to a potential injury to Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah.
This has been the Steelers' 2021 win-loss projection from the Sportsocracy. I'm Jeremy Greene. This is Brian Haynes. Join us live every weekday morning at 9 a.m. live from the Wicked Weed Studios. As always, we're brought to you by Wicked Weed Brewing, wickedweedbrewing.com. Drink different.